Ladies and gentlemen, this evening's performance of
The Diz Explorers
will begin in 2 minutes. Excellent
listening
locations are still available all around Showcase Promenade. Due to the use of
alcohol and opinions.
around the lagoon, for your safety, we request that you remain on the promenade side of all railings. During the show, please watch your step and take small children firmly by the hand. Once again, this evening's performance of
The Diz Explorers
will begin in just 2 minutes. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Diz Explorers podcast, where each week we explore the different avenues of the great Disney universe. So, this week it's November, which means Christmas is in full swing, at least on the Disney Parks calendar. Halloween is ended, the pumpkins are gone, and the mistletoe and poinsettias are out everywhere. That means the taping of the Christmas parade will be coming soon, I think. Are they doing it before Thanksgiving this year or after?
You already missed it.
They already did it. That's what I thought.
You missed it.
Yeah, it was last Saturday.
Holy crap. So they're getting earlier and earlier. Jesus.
Yeah, so we're recording this on the 13th. It actually happened
last week, that's right.
on the... No, I think it actually happened on the 4th.
It's the 4th.
Oh, so it was the day before my parents were there. Okay. Wow. Jesus, man, that's like a whole month earlier than they used to do it. All right, well, so hey. So that's out of the way now. So, since we are kind of fresh off of Halloween and fresh into the Christmas season, there is no better thing to have a small debate about than which holiday is the Nightmare Before Christmas really focused on. Seems to be a debate that happens every year around this time, at least in the Disney Twitter community, and I'm sure some Facebook groups and so on. And it always just makes me laugh. So I'm gonna ask Jessica how she feels about this, because being that they get the full overlay of the beloved Haunted Mansion that Jack takes over for, I don't know, it's a good 2.5 months, right? 3 months? 4 months?
It's September through the beginning of January.
Okay.
So it's quite a while.
It's quite a while, yeah. So what's like the sentiment out there? Like, do people, are people like all about it and then are sick of it by the time Christmas actually rolls around? You know, after Halloween, are people like, all right, that's enough?
No, people love it. Well, because it's like it's so different. It's honestly like a different ride. So I think people kind of see it as like a bonus ride. And nobody that I know that likes it, because some people just hate it and want the Haunted Mansion to be the same all the time. But
right.
For the people I know that like it, they hate when it leaves. So people they don't get sick of it.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for myself, it was never one of my favorite movies. So I just think it's funny that people argue about it.
People have like a weird obsession with it, though. I think that's like a cult following movie.
Yeah, it most definitely is, because it's not your traditional Disney movie, because it's a Tim Burton deal and it's the stop animation. And I don't even know the history of how it became a Disney thing, which I probably should have looked up. But, you know, it wasn't released under Disney's umbrella, was it? It wasn't DreamWorks either, but I don't remember what it was originally released as, like which production company.
So I'm looking it up right now because I know that Tim Burton wrote it, and he used to be an animator for Disney when he first started.
Yeah,
the production company was Touchstone Pictures.
That's what I thought. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then
it was distributed by Buena Vista Pictures.
Okay.
And Disney has officially reissued it under the Disney format since 2006.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay. That makes sense. I thought it was. I always think. I always forget about Touchstone.
Yeah, me too. It says they released it under Touchstone because they thought the film would be too dark and scary for kids, so they didn't want to release it under Walt Disney Pictures.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I just forget about Touchstone because I didn't think it was a major play. Like, I feel like a bunch of movies in the 80s were all like Touchstone movies, but
Yeah, I know.
but for some reason I get Touchstone, and instead of them I always think of DreamWorks, which I obviously know is not in the Disney umbrella, but it's quite the opposite. But for some reason that's what I go to with that, especially that being not a live action film, but like that stop motion, clay motion, whatever the hell they call it, film. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it never was one of my favorites. I never, flocked to the characters or thought it was the greatest thing under the sun. It has a few great scenes in it, but I don't know. I've never engaged in any of the debates. I mean, to me, it's a Halloween movie. I mean, he tries to wreck Halloween, but he tries to change his holiday because he's sick of being the Pumpkin King all the time, and in the end, he ends up staying the Pumpkin King. So, I don't know. That's kind of my take on it.
Oh, you just don't like the angsty coming of age kind of. It's like the seaweed is always greener. He wants to go see what it's like somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, no, I get it, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's funny. I googled, is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or Christmas movie?
Of course you did.
I came up with an article from MTV of all places from October of 2014, and they drew no conclusion.
Brilliant.
Thank you, MTV.
Actually, their conclusion in the end is the verdict. That's both.
There you go.
I think pretty much.
There you go.
I think most people probably
that makes sense because it has both. But if you think about like merchandising, I feel like it's way more present at Halloween. I feel like that's when people pay more attention to it.
Agreed.
And that's when it's on the cruise ships. They have the Sing and Scream.
Yeah.
During the Halloween on the High Seas sailings, not during the Very Merry Time cruises.
And he's prevalent at everything at Disney World at Halloween.
Yeah, the Halloween party, and
part of the Halloween party. He's part of the fireworks.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't have him as a meet and greet during the Christmas party with a beard or anything. So.
No.
If they wanted to, I'm sure they could incorporate that, and it would probably draw a line.
Oh, I'm sure.
Jack Skellington with a Santa hat and a scraggly beard. It would definitely have people come in there. It'd be a rare, it'd be a rare meet and greet, that's for sure.
Though Henry Selick, the director of the movie, says that it's a Halloween movie.
Well, and there you go. You can't argue with that. Can't argue with the director. He knows. I will say though that the soundtrack is decent, is good. I do like a lot of the songs on it, and then the subsequent forget it. And the and the fact that there's been cover tunes of a lot of the songs on that album, done in more rock and roll or hard rock fashion, which I know we talked about on here many episodes ago when we talked about songs that we all enjoy listening to. So I don't have the episode number for you, but it's back there somewhere. Look through our back catalog and you'll find it. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess not much really to debate about on our end, but I just think it's funny that Jessica had noticed that it became a hot topic in the past couple of days. So it's always interesting to get our views on it. So moving on, I know Melanie and Milford had some cruise news about some newer stuff or itinerary dates coming up for next year's sailings, which I guess you can book already, or 2019 sailings. So what do you guys got?
Yeah, the 2019 sailings are now published and out there for booking. So how far out were they? Was it all the way to May?
Yeah, it's to May.
It's to May. It was
May
a very
of
big
2019.
release.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
all of-
first week of May.
Mm-hmm. So January through May.
Right before they do the transatlantic and the Panama.
Right. So all of the Star Wars days at seas, hopefully. They haven't announced the dates for 2019, but those are typically January through mid-April on the Fantasy.
Correct.
So all of those are potential dates for that, unless they expand it, which every year they seem to add a little bit more to it.
But I didn't see them say which weeks are going to be Star Wars cruises yet.
I don't think they will announce those maybe until this coming year's start. So like when the 2018 Star Wars season is in high gear, they'll probably announce it just in time for wave season.
Yeah, just in time for everybody to have it booked and then want to rebook it because they picked the wrong week.
Yes, shuffle those staterooms around.
And what about, don't they do a Marvel Day at Sea as well, or?
They do on the Disney Magic. There are certain sailings throughout the fall that often overlap with the Halloween on the high seas. Usually the ones that depart, it was going to be just the ones that departed New York, but now they also have some from Miami as well, I think.
Yeah.
But it's all on the Disney Magic only.
Okay. So those are generally in the fall, not in the winter.
Those
or
are in the
spring.
fall.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's
Correct.
So Star Wars is the only specialty stuff that happens beginning of the year.
That's winter through early spring.
Gotcha.
Like right up until just after Easter.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Easter's early this coming year. It's like April 1st. So it'll go a few weeks after that this year.
Right. Okay. And have either one of you done one of those, the Star Wars ones?
No, I have not.
I have not, but if you're on the Disney Dream and they have the whole Millennium Falcon set up. So if you go into the Oceaneer Club during the open house times, because we're grown-ups,
right.
and we can't go in there during secured programming, but during the open houses we can go pretend that we're kids and drive the Millennium, and we can fly the Millennium Falcon.
Nice. That's awesome. I know. I remember seeing the. Yeah, you're right. April 1st.
I think we saw
Easter.
the picture of Milford in there next to R2D2.
Yeah.
But yeah, so last time I was there were kids playing in there. And I thought that it would be wrong
to go and play
to
in
make
there
them
as well.
move. I was like, should I make them move? Kids can play in there all the time.
I make the kids move because they have the whole cruise.
That's what I'm
get
thinking
an hour.
too, but when their parents are hovering nearby during an open house, I tend to err on the side of caution and let their kids play. Oh, but yeah, that even if you're not sailing on a Star Wars Day at Sea cruise, there's usually something Star Warsy for you to enjoy.
Yes.
The IPs are never far away.
No, I believe that.
Never far, far away. But last week they had the debut also of the Beauty and the Beast stage show on the Disney Dream. And the media preview for that was last Friday.
They actually live streamed it, didn't they?
Cool.
They did live stream it. I know we should have kind of done an impromptu broadcast of it. It went very well. There weren't any major snafus with that. But they had a good bulk of the show that they showed. I believe you can still access it on the Disney Parks blog, but it's more themed after the new live action movie versus the original animated feature. So if you're familiar with the costuming and some of the structure of the newer movie, that's kind of the feel that they're going for. But it was good. I liked it. I liked the Be Our Guest scene. We saw the Gaston scene in the tavern. That was kind of out of order. I think it was the Gaston scene, then Be Our Guest. But yeah, things out of order. So yeah, they had that live stream media event was last Friday on the Dream. So that show is only going to be on the Dream, and those are the 3 and 4 night cruises that sail out of Port Canaveral to the Bahamas every week. So lots of chances to go see that.
Awesome. And that, all right, so that just, so what did it take over for? The Tangled?
Villains.
Oh, Villains.
No,
okay.
Tangled is the newest show over on the Disney Magic.
Oh, okay.
And that started in 2015, late 2015.
Okay.
So does that mean Villains is nowhere now?
It's not on the Dream anymore. I don't think it is anywhere. I kind of liked it. I liked Villains, but
I did too.
I gotta say, last time I sailed, I didn't go see any of the shows because I'd seen all of the shows. So, I enjoyed them once or twice, but by the third or fourth time, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go on the Aqueduct. But this one looks really, really good. I've enjoyed all of the versions of the Beauty and the Beast stage shows, Broadway shows. You can't go wrong with Beauty and the Beast.
No.
I'm trying to remember what one I saw way back in my honeymoon 2002. I can't even remember.
My goodness.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta pull out those old navigators.
I have them somewhere.
I'm sure you do. I'd love to see the classic ones.
I can't.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to take a picture of them and send them to me.
Oh, I can't for the life of me I don't think it was a specific show. I think it was just like a general.
Well, I mean, they had things like Dreams and the Golden Mickeys that pull in from all the different shows, and they kind of make a new show out of it. And Villains was kind of like that too, but where they pull in characters from all of the.
Yeah, I want to say it was like a generic Disney character, kind of like a Castle Forecourt show.
Most of them are. I mean, it's just recently where you have the Tangled show and now the Beauty and the Beast show that are very one property specific. I'm waiting for the Star Wars show. I know it's coming.
You would
maybe a Marvel.
They should.
Oh, they have Frozen. Frozen is on the Wonder, so that one's an individual movie that sparks the whole show. So it's really just the fantasy's waiting for its.
Right.
Yeah. I'd like to see them do something more like Into the Woods, something more live action specific, but that's just me.
Here's the retired Disney Cruise Line show.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. I'm gonna have to do something on DCL Prep about that. That sounds fun.
Discover the Magic, which was originally only on the Magic. Mm-hmm. Disney, The Art of the Story, which was only ever on the Wonder, and it was retired. That says July of 2016. That can't be right.
What was it called?
Disney, The Art of the Story.
Okay.
I'll have to pull my 2012 Navigators. I don't remember that one.
Maybe it was
I've been
just
on the Wonder since
short-lived
2012. It's been a long time.
Hercules the Musical was on the Magic and the Wonder, and it ran from August 1999 to March of 2008.
Here, I'll tell you
right now. That one wasn't on there when I was there.
My book was in the other room, so I have it right in front of me.
I'm going to find my book now, too.
Muppets Ahoy.
My welcome.
Muppets Ahoy was on the Wonder. Toy Story the Musical was on the Wonder, 2008 to 16.
Oh, yeah. That one.
Night was on the Magic from 2010 to 15, and on the Dream from January 2011 to August 7th of 2017. And Voyage of the Ghost Ship was on the Magic.
Nice. Okay, so I'd love to here this is the funniest thing. Okay, so you guys may know pricing better. So this was 2002, my welcome aboard one I just found. So it was for Saturday, May 25th, 2002. So they had the welcome aboard variety show and all that stuff. They must have not ran the stage show that night, so I'll look at another one. But so let's see. My captain was Henry Anderson. So that was way back then. But so the soda package was $35 for a whole cruise. I doubt it is that. And then they had the wine.
No, it's complimentary now.
Oh, well.
There's no soda package anymore.
And the wine package was for classic wine for a 7-night, because we were on a 7-night, was $145, and the premium was $265. How much is that going up?
I think it's $199.
Yeah.
Oh, so
$269.
Yeah, I think it's $199, $269.
Oh, so
yeah, I think it's not. Inflation hasn't hit wine as much as it's everything else.
This was. Ooh, I found my Palo menu.
They don't list the drink of the day.
Oh,
oh no!
Yeah,
no,
what's the drink of the day?
I'm sorry, it wasn't a Palo menu. It was the best wishes. Erica,
the Bon Voyage one.
Well, it was for just saying thank you for dining at the restaurant, and the waiter and the waitress. I guess her name was Erica.
Thank you card.
She signed it. Yeah. What was the drink of the day? It was the Con Cooler every day, all day long. That's all I drank. I don't know. Whatever had rum in it, I told him to bring them to me.
Well, now when you go,
like
your navigator has
the Count.
Mai Tai with
the Count of Monte Cristo was the movie.
Wow. My son might be reading that for his project. He just got the book list today.
Ooh,
it's funny that you said that.
The Internet Cafe. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is it? I can't find where it says it. Bars and lounges, dining experience, champagne brunch, high tea, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, they still had high tea then.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're going to have to send me some PDFs of that navigator. I'm dying to see it.
I have one from every day. I'm going to look through.
I do that too.
I have the whole scrapbook my wife made right in front of me now. So,
of all the cruises I've been on, I'm only missing one day of navigators.
I have all of mine as well, all the way back to 2008.
Huh.
We were late bloomers with the cruise. We didn't start cruising in 2008.
Hey.
We didn't start until about 2012.
Yeah, our first cruise was a DVC member cruise.
Oh, wow.
And it was a lot of fun.
I'd like to go on one of those too.
Yeah.
All
Once
right.
my husband was out of the Navy, we weren't cruising.
Let's.
Well, that was the last thing he wanted to do, was get on a boat, more than likely.
Yeah. Big seafaring vessel did not scream vacation to him. So, but I'll tell you what.
I put it to work.
Right.
I'll tell you what, though, with all those cruise lines out there, the fact that he will sail on a Disney ship says a lot.
See, I'm nuts. I even have. Well, I save everything. I have the navigator for the next day, which was Key West. So then I have the navigator, then I have the port guide, I have the excursion order form that they left for me, and a postcard from Key West. I don't mess around, people. Oh, look at these prices.
Night.
Look at these prices.
Oh, don't even say them.
Come on. Which
No,
one?
You're going to hurt me.
Okay. Jesus.
No, you can say them.
Well, I'm trying to think of one that would be like... All right, here you go.
I wonder how much the fare was back then. Ugh.
To sail?
Yeah.
I know our whole package, because we went through AAA and we did 5 nights at the 5 days, 4 nights at the Polynesian beforehand, and then did the 7-day cruise afterwards. So I know the all-inclusive package, including airfare from New York, was about $6,000. I'm sure I have a breakdown of it somewhere. I want to say the cruise for the two of us was like $3,500 or something like that.
So airfare, 4 nights at the Poly, and a 7-night cruise
with just a AAA discount. It was before
the AAA.
Yep, we didn't have DVC or any of that stuff.
Was how much?
It was like $6,000 altogether.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I think about it now. I'm like, holy crap! You can't go anywhere.
You can't do just a 5-night for that anymore.
That was for how many of you?
Yeah, about to say how many people?
Oh, it was just me and my wife. It was our honeymoon.
Okay, that makes it a little bit better, but not much.
And we had a.
And what time of year?
This was May. We went end of May, like Memorial Day.
Oh, that would have raised the price too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we got married in May 18th was our wedding day, and I think we left for Disney the Tuesday after that, and then the cruise was the following Saturday to Saturday. Yeah, I'm trying to
Goodness. Disney dollar doesn't stretch like it used to.
No, not at all. Come on, I'm trying to find what the flippin' movie was. I mean, at the damn theater. It wasn't Morty the Magnificent. It was a magician. Oh, today's drink special was the Cool Breeze.
Oh yeah.
The vodka.
I've had that.
Vodka, peach schnapps, cranberry juice, and So Right. Yeah, I think I stuck with just the rum ones when I was there. I'm pretty sure.
Give me a sunken treasure any day.
Yep, those were good too. Sharon. I'll never heard the waitress's name was Sharon. All the time, everywhere.
You always remember the ones who bring you rum.
Oh, she was awesome. I remember most of the people from the... Oh, here's my picture with Captain Hook. Oh, this is funny. Funny. Key West Shopping Bingo. Yeah, I played all the bingos.
Gosh. I did that on
I did. I know I've talked about it on
cruise.
here. I hit the jackpot at the end of the cruise.
Wow.
We won
nice.
$4,700.
Sweet.
In cash.
Wow.
Whoa.
We played every day, and the days at seas we played twice. I played in the morning, and then I'd go in the afternoon. Hey, man, you got to be in it to win it.
I had fun on doing that on our family reunion cruises, but I haven't done it since when it's just us.
Kind of like the lottery. You can't win if you don't play.
No, I don't
Pretty
play
much.
I don't play the regular lottery, and I do not gamble. I don't go to the casinos. And Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun are only an hour and a half from where I am. Hercules, that was there. It is Hercules the musical. That's what was playing in the theater.
Oh wow.
Yep.
2002. Yep.
Because that was an original. That one started in '99.
Okay. And I honestly don't remember if we sat and saw it. I don't think we did. I remember going to like all the bars and seeing all like the dueling pianos, and this ventriloquist guy was freaking hysterical. We'd always go to the later shows because the kids weren't around, and they'd have a better little bit. They're not going to be cursing or anything on a Disney cruise, but at least there was innuendos, and it was a little geared more towards adults. Ooh, the Yellowbird. I remember that was a good one too. Cocktail of the day. Rum, cream de banana, Galliano, pineapple, and orange juice. Oh, yes.
Yum.
Thank you.
That screams Castaway Key right there.
Damn, look how tan. Look how tan.
I had my first dirty banana on Castaway Key. That was breakfast. I had a dirty banana on Castaway Key for breakfast.
Sounds.
There was a banana in it.
Okay.
It was breakfast.
Yeah.
and I don't think that the bartender was ready for guests yet. That says a lot about me. Because when he prepared it, he prepared way too much and just gave me 2.
Nice.
I know, right? I was like, 2 breakfasts.
Yay.
That was always our trick when we went into the Cove Cafe, because we go in there and order alcohol at 9:00 in the morning, and they
don't know what to do with you.
And the barista's like, I'm not entirely sure how to make that, but I'll try.
You'll just put a little bit more of that in there.
We got them to do that at Ohana for us one morning. They made us lapu-lapus and a pineapple at like 9:00 in the morning.
Hey, it's fruit. It's healthy.
Hey, I'm paying for it. Didn't ask it for free. Oh,
like
wow, look at that.
Exactly.
So the movie...
Like I tell the barista in the Cove Cafe every time, it's 5:00 somewhere.
That's it.
Exactly. Especially on vacation when you're jet lagged.
So here you go. The movie premiere they did at sea, the premiere at sea, was the Rookie.
Oh my.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, there was a Mexican night. Dinner was Mexican night. Here's
nice.
Us with all our table folk and the waiter and waitress. They were awesome. I'll never forget. They were fun. Oh, look how fancy. Formal night. Oh, look how fancy. Got a shirt with a collar on. I had a lot of...
wow.
Boy,
oh, my. You have those?
I had a lot of hair. I had a full head of hair. Didn't just hang down in the back. It was on the top, too. My Aussie glasses.
Oh.
Well, because I wore glasses before I had the surgery, but I had the ones that were permanently tinted, and they were round.
I need to see that picture.
I'm feeding a dolphin and kissing a dolphin. I'll send that one, too. I still have that.
Gotta put that one on the website or on the Facebook page.
I still have that, but yeah, the problem is I have to scan these in because they're actual pictures. Oh, look. The power...
Or just take a picture of them with your phone.
I could do that, too. Disney Dreams. What the hell is this? Oh, so this was another show that was on there. The Power of Imagination takes
that one was on the Magic for a long time, or on the
Yeah.
Wonder for a long time.
as Anne-Marie takes us on a journey through Disney dreams.
That one is still on the Magic and the Wonder.
Well, this was the Magic.
Still?
I was on the Magic. So
yeah, that's what makes me sad. You take away Villains Tonight, and some of this other stuff's been on there since they started. Like the Golden Mickeys.
Wow.
Yeah, because when I was there on the Wonder in 2012, they had the Golden Mickeys. They had Toy Story. They had Dreams, and the Remember the Magic was the closing show.
Hey, there's my picture when I won all the money. Look, the morning specials, Bloody Marys and Mimosas were only $2.99 at the Promenade Lounge.
Nice. I think, what are drink of the days now? Like $5 or $6?
They were $3.50 here. This day was the cocktail.
They're usually
$4.50.
Bahama
Six.
Mama.
Yeah, they're
like a Bahama Mama.
Yeah, those are pretty good too.
I like anything with a Mai Tai base.
Yes.
You just add in a different fruit or a different colored liqueur, and I'm happy.
There's the conch cooler and the souvenir glass.
Oh, I like a conch
souvenir glass.
That's what it. Well,
they had the hurricane thing.
I don't think it was a glass. I think it was the plastic, the big giant plastic thing with the straw.
Yeah,
because I know I still have those in my cabinet, and they're laying down.
Next time I'm on Castaway Key, I've got to get some more of those, like the special drink glasses that they have there.
If they have the ones, I'd love to, because we didn't get any glassware other than we got like a. Because we're on a honeymoon, I know we got like a little package in the room that had Disney Cruise Line wine flutes or champagne flutes. And like a nice bag that said Disney Fairy Tale Weddings and
Well, I've got the beer mugs,
picture frames and things of that nature, but
kind of like a footed plastic.
Wow, look how handsome
drink thing. Yeah.
Jesus, I was good looking back then. Look at that. God damn.
You're a catch.
Hey, just send Melanie some of those pictures so she can put them up on the site.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jessica can do the site. I'll do the Facebook page,
or
vice versa. I think I can still log into that website.
Oh, look! Oh, we did see the musical. Look at that. There's I took a picture of the show. Shit, I forgot all about that.
You're not supposed to take a picture of the show.
There's a guy in front of me holding.
Bad boy.
You can't do video.
No, there's a guy in front of me.
I thought you weren't even supposed to take pictures.
The guy sitting in front of me has a video camera in his hand.
Take pictures as long as you're not.
What kind of degenerates were you visiting with?
They weren't with me. I'm looking at the picture, and the guy, he's holding a little camcorder in front of me. That's funny. Oh, look, there's me doing magic tricks at the table.
There were some of the older shows they don't mind if you videotape as long as you're not using external video lighting.
Yeah. Jose was my...
I always think that somebody already has one of those shows up on YouTube and did a better job than I ever would. So I just enjoy the show.
Oh, look.
Yeah, that's usually the case.
My wife.
Same with fireworks. I've learned that other people do much better job of taking pictures of fireworks. So I've learned to stop trying to take pictures of them. Nobody wants to see my pictures of fireworks. Anyway.
I do better at taking pictures of the fireworks than I do video.
Video's hard. You need a really, really good camera. I've had
some
success. Yeah, I've had some success with my little camcorder on like the nighttime setting, so it kind of slows it down. And I've had halfway decent videos. My DSLR, by the end of the trip, if I go multiple times, by the last time I see the fireworks, I've had some pretty good shots because I'll put it on like the rapid fire burst thing, and I'll just hold it down and at certain part during Wishes I knew the parts where I wanted to see the fireworks, like when the Sorcerer's Apprentice scene came on and they would shoot the rainbow of red stuff from out of behind the castle. I'd always like to catch that. I have a couple of good shots of when they would shoot all like the white fireworks out of the same area that went straight up out of the castle. I have some good shots, and it might just be luck. I'm not saying that I'm a skilled photographer, but I've gotten some really, really... Oh, wow, here they are. Look at that. My Leave a Legacy things. I always wondered where they were, like so I can know where I am. So if you want to see me, here's my coordinates. That's fine.
Oh, that's your Leave a Tombstone thing?
The tombstone, yeah. the
At Epcot.
We got 2 tiles. That's funny. One of our pictures where we both look like old people because the way they make it, you look like you're old wrinkled. And then one with our wedding anniversary and a heart. Celebrating the future hand in hand. How cute. Put those in my phone. My wife took nice notes of what we did every day, or most days. Oh, I forgot about that. I was picked to be the pretend drummer in the 80s Time Warp show for the little band they had on stage. Nice. Cool. Yeah, they had a lot of good stuff. Good stuff. I need to go on another one of these things someday soon.
Cruising is fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. I mean, I know it would be a different experience with the kids, but we wouldn't probably ever see them.
No, you wouldn't.
They'd be gone. Gone.
Yeah, the kids' clubs are too much fun.
Yeah, I'd have to figure out how I can sneak in there. I'll shave my everything off so I look like a kid. Make my voice a little higher. Please, can I come in and play?
No, you cannot go in the kids' club during secured programming.
Oh, come on. I can pretend. Man,
Open houses.
Open house? Okay.
Open houses. They have them every day.
Look at all those damn bracelets I used to wear. T-shirt. Didn't even have a tank top on.
We were all young once.
Man. Ridiculous.
Jessica still is.
It was like this. I was like the silver.
Sometimes
Mr.
I
T.
feel like I'm not.
Sometimes I feel young. And then my kids remind me really quickly that I'm not.
Yeah, I don't.
I was like the silver Mr. T. All right, so before this thing goes way off the rails even more. All right, so new cruise stuff.
Pictures!
Oh, jeez Louise.
I love pictures. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I love those glasses. Those are so 1990.
I wore them every day.
Dwayne, what was the guy's name from A Different World? Wayne.
Oh, I
Dwayne.
guess I didn't
Dwayne Wayne.
I didn't watch that show, but
With
yes.
Lisa Bonet? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Aquaman's wife.
It is?
It is. They've been married, they've been together forever. Yeah. Aquaman is married to Lisa Bonet.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, Khal Drogo. Very much so.
I had
They're
no
adorable
idea.
together. They're adorable. But yeah. So we have our own Aquaman now with a dolphin.
Yeah.
And 1990s sunglasses.
No, those were
cute.
Those were my regular glasses. I wore all the time. Those were my prescription glasses.
Okay. You pull them off.
They were heavy as hell too. They were heavy. They were metal frames, and the glass on them was thick because they were called photo grays. So they did lighten a little bit inside, but it was still gray. But outside, that's how dark they were outside. Oh, look at that. The hat. 100 Years of Magic.
No, I have one of those.
No, like the hat. Like I'm standing, we're, walking into the studio.
Oh, that hat.
That hat. No, I have one of those too, but no, that hat.
Not that hat.
Yeah, that hat. Oh, there's a picture of Mr. Smee molesting my wife. Epcot with the wand on the spaceship Earth. Nice.
Oh, wow.
See, even the Polynesian used to give you the little things in your room, because I have like a paper from the Polynesian. It was called the Island Palm Press. Boy, they used to do cool stuff back in the day. Telephone directory, your key to the world card. Old school, man. Yeah, I'll take some more pictures of some other stuff and put it all up there, not one at a time like a moron. All the guide maps and stuff. Holy moly. Your personal shore excursion guide. Look at that. Do they even give you half of this literature anymore? Probably not. Oh, wow, look.
They still give you a lot, I mean.
I have the hard ticket sailing itinerary. So let's see. Saturday, Port Canaveral departs at 5 p.m. Sunday was Key West. Monday was a day at sea. Tuesday was Grand Cayman. Wednesday, Cozumel. Thursday, day at sea. And then Friday, Castaway. And then Saturday morning back at Port Canaveral. Look at that. Everything, they all look like airline tickets, like all the itineraries.
Well, that was back in the day when they used to go to Key West.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, I imagine they don't anymore. Yeah, this was...
It's very infrequent that they go to Key West anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't mind, but... Okay, here we go. Here's the price. Here, Melanie. So this was for the cruise. Fare, insurance, taxes. So it was $36.75.
It was what?
For how many people?
It was 36. Well, see, it's... I don't know how they split it. They must have put, like, the airfare or something else on mine, because mine price is $36.75, and then my wife's was $21.92.
Oh, my God.
But like I said, that was for both.
You probably had the hotel on yours, and she probably didn't.
Right, yeah.
Oh, because that was when they did the...
they did airfare differently back then, too.
Yes.
The airfare, even... when we went to Alaska, the way that Disney did airfare is not the way they do it now.
Right. Here's the stuff for the Polynesian. Okay, I see what this is. Okay, this is just our itinerary. Yeah, no. Yeah, it was everything was all included.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Nuts. And then we were like, oh my God, how are we going to pay for this? Now it's like I'd kill to have those prices.
Disney inflation is a unique thing. It's its own market indicator.
Yep, you are. And I remember, the key to the world card was like, the key to get in the hotel room and get in the park. And there was like, oh, you got to hold on to that. That gets you into your stateroom. I'm like, oh man, that's a long time to have to hold on to stuff.
They still use those on the cruise ships. The cruise ships have not converted to Magic Bands for anything other than the kids clubs.
Even
you
the
still
new
have to
ones?
have the card. Even the new ones, you have to have your card to get on and off the ship, to get in your rooms. That's your charge card.
Wow.
It's your everything card.
Now, was that one proximity, though?
The ones in the kids' clubs?
No, the one that he has from 2002. Is it a proximity card, or is it was it a mag stripe?
No, it didn't have the stripe to my knowledge. It's probably in this book somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at this. There's like a whole transportation map, how to get here, there, and everywhere. If you wanted to go to Magic Kingdom Park from all the hotels, and still says MGM Studios on it.
Oh, I remember the first time we went when they had just made the name conversion and everybody was tripping over it.
Yep.
All the cast members could not did it right.
I still call it
It was so new. I do too. I was talking to my kids about that this morning, about different changes and things. My daughter asked me which studio MGM was. And I said, the one with the lion that roars. And she went, oh, the Tom and Jerry one.
Exactly, which actually was defunct in 1957.
Right.
Well, at least the animated
right.
part of it. Obviously, the live action stuff they kept making, but...
Yeah, we were talking about all of that. Things we talk about on the way to school.
Hey, why not?
Absolutely.
What else are we going to talk about? The weather?
Yeah, it's kind of foggy. But yeah. Because what happened was she asked me, I accidentally called it Downtown Disney instead of Disney Springs. We were talking about different restaurants. And she's like, you called it Downtown Disney. And then they asked me about the springs in Florida, and we used to go swimming in them. You could pretty much just take a straw and drink the water. It was that good. You can go swimming and just drink the water. But the springs in Florida are really unique if you ever actually go anywhere other than Walt Disney World in Florida. And why would you ever do that?
I don't know.
The springs are fantastic. I also love St. Augustine. That's my old stomping grounds.
Oh, wow.
That's where I grew up.
I'd love to visit St. Augustine, all the historical and the whole oldest city in the United States. They do
fantastic pubs and little bars, little unique bars all over the place.
And they do a really cool thing for Christmas, right? Don't they have like the whole town center like lit up or something, or they do some like
Old Town's pretty lit up, yeah.
Extravagant. Like I've seen pictures and videos of it, and it looks like it's pretty.
That's
cool.
pretty.
Oh, wow.
We used to go there for the 4th of July fireworks over in Old Town.
Here you go, Downtown Disney Guide Map.
Oh wow!
Yeah, buddy.
I got a few of those.
The last of like the old style maps that like unfold and they're huge and you can read it without a magnifying glass. Oh, there it is. The Adventures Club, Comedy Warehouse, all the good stuff.
Oh wow, that is old.
Yep. Look at that.
What year was that one?
This is 2000. This is all the stuff in the honeymoon scrapbook that my wife made.
Okay, so
this
it's still 2002.
Yeah. I have stuff from other years too, but this is all that's in here. I know we've talked about that too. I have friggin' maps all the way back to 1989.
I think I have one from 93 and 92. I don't think I have any that are older than that.
Okay. Yeah, that must have been when I started keeping them. Yeah, the furthest back I have is 89 when studios first opened.
Oh, I remember that. That was huge. The media was all over it.
I can't remember when we went that year. We went in the summer because that was after my grandmother died. So that was the year we went in August. Yeah, we drove down in August with my grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I remember
it
when
was
Splash Mountain.
It was fresh and new because it opened in May. The studios. Yeah, Splash Mountain. I remember when that.
I remember when Splash Mountain opened. That was huge too.
Yep. They had like a TV special for that, I think.
Oh yeah, the dance routine was just phenomenal.
Yes. Like with like the Country Bears and Brer Fox.
It was so bad. Oh, it was bad. But yeah, it was a huge thing when Splash Mountain opened. I remember the aerials, the helicopters that would fly over and do the flyovers and show people what it was. It was like, oh my gosh.
Massive, I know.
It was massive. And then when we got, because it was like, how long is it? 13 minutes?
Something like, it's
a phenomenal
It's very
ride.
immersive. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of animatronics in there when everything's working.
Yeah.
Which hopefully it will be when it opens up, which I think is this week or the end of this week.
Yeah.
What opens this week?
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain from the huge refurb.
I
think the 17th, I believe, is supposed to come back online, which I guess is Saturday.
Are they just updating animatronics? Or are they doing anything different with the logs or anything different from the...
It was all dry docked, so I don't know if they upgraded track and stuff like they did with Big Thunder. Probably paint.
Right. Is there anything new that the guests are going to go, oh, that's new?
Probably, because stuff hasn't worked in a while. Maybe Brer Rabbit will actually... The shadow will be going over the hill.
And it was a long closure, too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was just closed.
Yeah, it's been a couple months.
And prior to that, it wasn't. It was closed for a month earlier in the year as well for its normal thing.
Right.
So
January.
Something like that. Yeah, for its normal refurb. Yeah, the water just the water creates havoc. I think is probably what it is.
It does.
You got electronic and moving parts and water and moisture everywhere.
Humidity. The humidity alone is bad. But
it can't be. It can't be nice to all those metal parts and electric contacts and everything else. So
we had a 10-year curse on our Disney trips where every time we went, it was either down for refurb or something happened and the ride closed. And then when we went to Disneyland, my kids were like, oh, we're going to get to ride Splash Mountain. And I had to tell them it was going to be, and this was in May. We went to Disneyland in May, and it was down for refurb.
Oh.
And my kids looked at me like, you have got to be kidding me.
Epic fail.
And then finally, I want to say it was 2012 or 13. We finally got to go on Splash Mountain with the kids.
Oh, no.
I know.
Is it a carbon copy in Disneyland? Is it the same?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the one in Disneyland.
It's pretty close, I think.
Yeah.
The drops are a little bit different. The Florida one is a little bit longer because Disneyland has like one extra mini drop or something, but it's virtually the same.
Okay.
The only big difference is it's 2 to a row in Florida. It's 1 to a row in Disneyland, and then Space Mountain here is 2 to a row.
2, right? And we're single file
so
here.
They're flipped.
We're single.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, this Animal Kingdom map is hysterical. So this was 2002. So like, New Primeval World was brand new.
Wow.
And Triceratops Spin.
Say that one again?
Yeah, Triceratops with Pismachios.
Yeah.
Well, see, somebody else knows that.
I love that. That is my favorite version of A Christmas Carol.
It's the only version of A Christmas Carol. Besides Scrooged with Bill Murray. And Carol Kane.
My dad makes us watch that every single year.
I love that movie.
That's awesome.
Oh, Pocahontas and her forest friends were still there in 2002. Mickey's Jammin' Jungle Parade. This is hysterical.
Oh. That's a smackdown nostalgia lane.
Camp Minnie Mickey's still there. There's no blue people.
Well, you know.
This was fun.
We're going to call it nostalgia. This is a nostalgic episode. We meant to go down that tangent.
Look at all these lanyards we got. And Disney Cruise Line, it's my honeymoon pins.
Aww.
Swag, man. Swag. It's all about the swag.
We've got our anniversary pin buttons from our last cruise because we were there on our anniversary.
Nice.
I know. They had fireworks for us and everything.
Just for you?
Just for us.
Oh.
Because it was our anniversary.
They knew who you were.
Helps when your anniversary is on the 4th of July. But.
Well played.
I know, right? It's just for us.
Is it really? It's on the 4th of July?
It is. My husband was in the Navy when we got married, and he was guaranteed to be off that day.
I'm sure. I'm sure you told us that.
A nightmare trying to plan a wedding date with a husband or a fiance on the submarine.
I believe it.
And we just finally said, forget it.
Communication must have been tough.
But yeah, so we got married on the 4th of July.
Cool.
Because we knew that he would be off.
The only day in July better than the 4th is the 6th. Because it's
That's
my birthday.
My cousin. That's my cousin's birthday too.
Oh, well, it's mine.
Yay.
And my son's is the 7th. Which means mine doesn't count anymore.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I
usually
found that
after
works. 20 years, pretty much anniversaries don't count that much either.
Yeah.
We're like 20 something.
Oh, wow. Food Rocks was still in Epcot.
Oh, wow.
Jeremy Irons was still narrating Spaceship Earth. Good times, man. Good times.
I like Judi Dench.
Yeah, you like being talked down to.
I'm impartial.
Oh, because Jeremy Irons isn't talking down to you.
No, he just had that somber tone. It portrayed an aura of foreboding.
Great Scar.
Yeah, that's right. Scar was giving you a history lesson. What's cooler than that? Oh, boy. Oh, look at
Anything but that.
I even have the whole pamphlet on the Leave a Legacy thing.
Well, if I'd known we were going through scrapbooks, I would have pulled mine out of the depths of my storage closet.
Well, mine was literally in the other room, and I knew exactly where it was because it's readily available for stuff like this. If you hadn't mentioned about the navigators, I wouldn't have even thought to go and grab it, but I'm glad you did because it's pretty funny. Now that I have it out, I'll have to take pictures of all of it when we're done so I can... The whole map.
All my navigators are downstairs, and I know better than to leave my secluded room. They will descend upon me.
Oh, our dining schedule tickets. Let's see, we were at table 32.
Get tickets?
Yeah. We were at table 32 at the 8:30 seating.
Oh, 8:30.
We did the late
It's 8:15
seating,
now.
Whoa. Let's see. Our rotation was Parrot K, Lumiere's, Animators, and then back to the start again.
Okay.
And I forget which. We did Paulo in there one night. I forget what it is. All right, so here's the Key to the World card that we have.
For the ship?
Yep. Let me see what it is on the back. It's got a magnet strip on the back.
Yeah, so I think that was probably before they were.
When you still had to put the key card in?
Yeah,
this
you
is
still
like
had to put a key card in.
Yes, because
yeah.
there's the arrow on it.
I think you still do, don't you?
I don't know. So
Well,
this was
2016. I can't remember.
So this was
if we put the card in or if we tapped it.
Yeah, this you definitely had to put it in. It has the arrow, and I can see the marks on it from inside.
I know when we started in 2008, they were proximity cards.
Okay.
Yeah. Your Key to the World.
So sometime between that time and then, they switched them.
They switched it over, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I think it's funny because even, because you have to do all this stuff before on your honeymoon. So my wife's name on all the documentation was still her maiden name. It's because it doesn't get changed.
You didn't
right
have enough
away.
time to change anything.
Right.
That causes problems, newlyweds, dude.
I can imagine.
Put your maiden name on everything. For honeymoons. Ugh.
Yeah, you're better off unless you're going month after or however long it takes.
I would say unless you're traveling 3 months after.
Yeah.
Because you have to get new IDs, new everything before you can submit your passport documentation.
That's true.
So
I didn't get a passport for this because I don't think we needed it. My wife had one because she had...
No, back then you didn't need it.
Yeah, because I still to this day don't have a passport, which is only...
You could just do it on your birth certificate.
Yeah, that's all we had, yep.
Yeah, you can still travel with a photo ID and a birth certificate on the closed loop cruises that, start and end at the same U.S. port. U.S. citizens can do that.
Right.
But
gotcha.
I don't know. There's just something about taking my children out of the country without a passport. I will not do it.
Oh, no, I don't blame you.
There was a kid who hit his head on one of the slides, and we had to basically go full speed ahead to Nassau to get him off the ship.
Oh, wow.
And
and if you didn't have a passport, you got problems.
You're going to have to go through the State Department to get back into the country if you don't have a passport to fly back into the country. So that's just, you never know with kids who are active.
No, you have to. No, it's better off. It's a smarter way to do stuff anyway now.
People always ask, do you need a passport to cruise? I'm like, well, you don't need one, but why would you travel without one?
Yeah.
It's just, that's one thing you don't want to have to think about during an emergency.
Nope.
Not at all. So have those passports when you cruise. But yeah, so you've got to have all of your names changed on everything before you submit the passport documentation, and then that's going to take time.
Yeah, no, you're definitely.
Well, then my son renewed his, though, and it took him less than 10 days from the day we dropped off the documentation to the day that it was back in our mailbox at our house.
Oh, yeah?
It took 10 days. I was like, wow.
Yeah, we're renewing ours. Right after my wife renews her license next week, we're getting ours to renew.
Renewals go quicker, and don't forget when you submit your new documentation, submit your old passport because it goes so much more quickly if they have your passport in their hands. What they'll do for passports is they will punch a hole in them. In the expired ones, they'll have like a big hole punched in them. If you have a passport card, the expired ones that the State Department has, they'll have a corner clipped off. It's pretty cool, but it does speed up processing if you're renewing. Even if you're renewing your passport and your old one has expired by a decade. When I got my passport again, when I renewed, my old passport was so old. Don't ask how old was it. It was old.
Old was it?
When we all 5 of us were getting our new passports, and mine came back a week before everybody else's. Because I had an old passport to submit. And I guess it just goes to a different desk. I don't know. But submit that old passport, peoples.
Well, they're easier to do. They don't have to...
They can look it up.
When you apply for a new one, they have to do all that extra work.
It really is. So it'll speed it up. Even if yours is so super expired, you think they don't want it, submit it to them because it will speed it up. And then you get everything else back more quickly, too, because you have to submit original birth certificates and things like that.
Right,
which always makes me cringe to have to submit those originals. But make copies of everything. Everything. I had a big old thick folder of copies of birth certificates and every piece of paperwork we submitted, because then when all of that paperwork was out, my son began a new baseball team. And they needed his they needed a copy of his birth certificate for the league, because it was a new league that we were in, because it was still his school team, but the summer league had a different administration.
Gotcha.
And they needed brand new birth certificates, and I was like, yikes, thank goodness I had that copy.
Right. Wow.
Lots of logistics involved in getting passports. I think that's why a lot of people don't do it. I mean, they're pricey. I mean, they're around, $117 for the books.
Are they really?
For adults, yeah. They're a little pricey, but for adults, the books are good for 10 years, and for kids, it's 5 years, or kids under 16 anyway. But I don't know. I like having them.
Yeah, I think it's easier in the long run, I guess.
It is, and, that way, too, if ever you do have the chance to do an impromptu trip, and then you don't have to go searching.
Right.
Or you don't have to go...
Yeah, you're all
pulling
set.
together. You're all set. You can just book a ticket. You've got your passport. There you go.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so have those passports handy for cruising, y'all. Makes things much easier, especially when you're doing online check-in and processing all that the boring part of cruising, the documentation, the paperwork. Cruising is so much fun. People ask me all the fun questions, but then when you get to passports and documentation, it's like, ugh. But you know what? Having a passport makes that documentation part so much easier, because a passport trumps every other form of documentation for citizenship out there. There's never going to be a question of the authenticity of your passport. Sometimes birth certificates get questioned if they don't have the little raised stamp on it, or if they don't have both, or if they don't have both of your parents' names on them. Some of them are short form birth certificates that people have had for 20 years, but they have now changed they've changed what they put on birth certificates. And if it doesn't have both parents on it, then sometimes you have to go to your original state of birth and get a new birth certificate issued that has that raised seal and both of your parents' names and where they were born. So there's a whole lot of things that are going into the way documentation is changing for birth certificates and driver's licenses. But a passport trumps everything. The authenticity of that will never be questioned. Right. So having that proof of citizenship in a passport form makes things seamless. I don't have to worry, are they going to accept my documentation at the port? And if they don't accept it at the port, guess what? You're not getting on the ship.
You don't get to cruise.
You're not going anywhere.
And you're not getting your money back. So
yeah, exactly. That's on you.
That's why passports, because my birth certificate looks different from my kids' birth certificate. All five of us in my family were born in different states. All of my 3 kids were born in different states. I was born in Florida. My husband was, born somewhere else. I mean, it's crazy. So the passport books are
the traveling Melanies.
There's not going to be any questions about a passport. I know, right? Well, my oldest was born when my husband was in the Navy. And then after he was in the Navy, we lived in Boston. So that's where baby number 2 was born, and baby number 3 was born here in the South. So, we moved around a little bit, but it was fun. But I tell you what, I feel better having those passports.
Yeah, because it's not like you're going back to all those locales to trace down the original birth certificates.
You know what? The internet makes it a lot easier.
Oh, I guess true, yeah.
You don't have to call in and do phone systems anymore. You can actually do your application at the state. You just go to the state's website.
Right.
Usually it's the Department of Vital Records, or every state calls it something different. But usually Vital Records is pretty much what they're called.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
And you can fill the form out online, and you can submit the affidavit that says you are who you say you are, which I guess, I hope you are who you say you are.
So, yeah.
Because, people could request that birth certificate. So most of it's done online, and then they mail you a brand new original.
Nice.
Straight from the state. So if you do need to get a birth certificate from, say, whether you've moved or lost yours, or you just, your parents had it a decade ago and you never saw your birth certificate.
Right. Yeah. I don't have my original one.
Definitely go to whatever state you were born in, go to their Department of Vital Records and get that, because you're going to need that birth certificate either to cruise, or you're going to need the birth certificate to get your passport.
Either way,
so
you need it.
Go ahead.
You can leave. You just can't come back. You want to come back,
but
to
usually
your house,
they just don't let you leave. Yes, and there are some countries. Usually, this is more of an issue with European countries. If you are traveling on a U.S. passport, some European countries will not issue you a visa for entry, which is that's done a little differently. But they will not issue you a visa for entry if your passport expires within the next 6 months.
What about What about a MasterCard or American Express?
Wah, wah. And I think in Russia is one of the countries, if you're on one of the Baltic Sea cruises, when you're going into St. Petersburg, that you have to have a specific kind of visa to get in. It's pretty simple to get those, but there are countries that do require a passport that's going to expire 6 months into the future or further. If you have a passport that's going to expire in the next couple of months, sometimes they won't let you in, because I guess they think if something happens and you get stuck there, I don't really know what the
stay
thought.
And not leave.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm sorry, if there's a Disney cruise ship, I'm not staying wherever that port is. I'm getting back on the ship. But yeah, the passports are, and if you're flying to Europe, you have to have a passport anyway. So they're not going to let you on the plane.
The plane.
That thing either. But I do, on DCL Prep School, I do have an entire article about passports, who needs them, who should have them, and all that. With links to the State Department and links to Disney Cruise Line's policies about passports and travel and proof of citizenship documentation, so that when you travel, you actually get on the ship.
Awesome.
You don't want to be left behind.
No. No cruiser left behind.
And those rules usually work for all the cruises, so
right.
A lot of them are a lot more stringent than even Disney is. So
exactly.
Okay, well, that was interesting. We hope you enjoyed our trip down cruising memory lane and our tutorial on birth certificates.
Yes. It's edutainment.
That's right. Please send all questions and comments to Adrianne, since she wasn't here.
Wow.
She's going to be like, what is happening?
Oh, she's going to hear it.
She already doesn't feel well. Let's not send her those.
No, well, by the time people are hearing this, she'll hopefully be better. So.
Oh, there you go. Adrianne at DizExplorers.com.
That's right.
No, don't really. That doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. No.
It doesn't exist.
You can send all questions and complaints right to me. I'll get right back to you in an honest and timely manner. You know where to find me.
I'm like you're inviting somebody to fight you.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. High noon. Meet me here at high noon. Oh boy. You better bring beer. They don't call it They don't call it high noon for nothing.
Oh my god.
Well, that's our episode, folks. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to everybody next week. Follow our troupe at www.dizexplorers.com, where you can find all the links for all our hosts' social media accounts. You can also follow the podcast on our Facebook group at The Diz Explorers and on Twitter and Instagram at The Diz Explorers. You can download this podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher Radio, and also on YouTube. Thanks for listening.